from the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms. They walk away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. There's a quiet little cafe in the middle of this town, where they gather up the poets every night and in the round. And they sing the songs that made them great, and the songs you never knew, the ones they say they'll never play on 16th Avenue.
I touch the ground when I can find my feet. You know it all comes down to love. I tell myself I can do it all. I juggle everything, I drop the ball. Sometimes it feels my life's impossible, but then it all comes down to love. I love to take you on a time machine. Fill those cracks, things fall between. Turn around and he's 6 feet high. And as I let him go and watch him fly, I know it all comes down to light the candles and I'll cut the cake and make a wish for every heart that breaks. Sweet forgiveness never made a mistake. You know it all comes down to love. And I could love you to my heart's content. Sent. The way you sweep me up in your arms in the middle of an argument, and you let me know it all comes down to love. Oh, it all comes down to and the rubber, digging up the deeper stuff. Gotta trust when you're running into trouble that it all comes down to the drum machine. Love.
Oops. Yeah.
if you ever get to see that on like Letterman or something, you go, I saw her do that where it was really a loser chick. We're going to get more professional, though, as we go along. Okay. Well, welcome to the Bluebird. We have a great night here tonight. We're going to go this way, I do believe. And over here across from me, we have David Wilcox. Who I've had the great pleasure of working with recently and have become good friends with, and he's quite the poet, and you will hear this tonight. And one of my best friends of all time, and one of the people I most love to write with, who is one of the most brilliant writers in this town, is Miss Annie Roboff over here on my left.
And to my right is one of my dearest friends of all time, and one of the most brilliant people in this town, and one of my favorite people to write with in the whole town, great recording artist, Beth Nielsen Chapman.
You did really good. Thank you.
I got to meet my friend's new sweetie. She was beautiful and everything, but I was suspicious. I didn't quite think she was the right one for him. She was mean to the waiter. I took him aside. I said, John, she was mean to the waiter. He said, yeah, well, she's a powerful woman. She doesn't like to be slowed down. She's really kind to me. And I was thinking to myself, well, John, eventually you will be the waiter. So I decided to try to get this into song. It's sort of like rule number 1 in the book of love, I think. You know? Mean to the waiter, first date. It's great that you learn that on the first date. There's still time to get out of the relationship. Run, don't walk to the nearest exit. Interesting thing, when I tried to put it in a song, I tried it with the woman being a bad guy, and it didn't work. It's interesting commentary on men, but everyone gets it when the man is a bad guy. So. Could be the one, could be tonight, the love that will feel so right. You look in his eyes, he pours the wine, the shine in the candlelight. Oh, it's easy to laugh, easy to smile, except when the service was slow. Then he was cruel, suddenly mean, not like the man you know. If he's rude to the waiter, and it makes your heart confused, this is lesson number 1. Run. Get up and run. Don't walk, don't wait. Rule number 1, don't hesitate. Your date is done. Run. Look, this is a gift, this is a deal. Pay for the taxi back home. It's fair for the lift, fair for the meal. Return like a warrior. 'Cause what have you lost except for a dream that would shatter like a bone? It's better to run and get away clean than pay for the lawyer. If he's rude to the waiter and it makes your heart confused, this is lesson number 1. Run. Get up and run. Don't walk, don't wait. Rule number 1, don't hesitate. Your date is done. Run. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Run.
I'm going to sing this song. One great thing about the Bluebird is that you don't have to be a great singer to play here. You just have to write songs, and I'm living proof of that. A couple of years ago, I went to this week-long kind of midlife place. It was called the Hoffman Institute.
It's not just a midlife place.
Well, it's not, but for me it was. Well, sorry, boss. Well, for me it was. It's a place where you can go as an adult, as young as 18, actually, and spend a week kind of taking care of certain business you haven't taken care of from your childhood and stuff like that. And you go in, and they take these pictures of yourself before you go in for the week. And, of course, everybody's pictures, like, really down. And then they take pictures of everybody at the end, and everybody's like this. And it's really a great thing to do. It was a great thing for me to do, actually, just in our madcap lives, to take a week off and just kind of tend to some business that you don't always have the chance to tend to. Anyway, when I came back, I called up Beth and I said, Beth, I have this idea for a song. Would you write it with me? And she was very gracious, and I was lucky enough that she said yes. And it ended up on her last album, and it also was sung by Martina McBride on her last album.
And a single for her.
And a single, and it did very well.
She did a very nice rendition.
Very nice rendition. We were quite pleased. Of course, we always liked yours better, but...
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, ow. It's a hunker of a song. Anyway.
I think one of your bass notes is a little... Okay.
Ready?
In the ballpark.
Okay, 1, 2, oh! One more thing.
Yeah?
This was something we call mow grass.
Yes, we coined the term.
It's half Motown and half bluegrass. So.
Right. She's doing the Motown and I'm doing the bluegrass.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, and... That's the Motown.
That was the skipped beat bluegrass. Now for the one that goes dead on it. 1, 2, 3. Ow!
I used to live in a darkened room, had a face of stone and a heart of gloom. Lost my hope, I was so far gone, crying all my tears with the curtains drawn. I didn't know until my heart broke free. I got these angels watching over me, and oh, watch me go. I'm the happy girl. Everybody knows that the sweetest thing that you've ever seen in the whole wide world is a happy girl. I used to hide in a party crowd, bottled up inside, feeling so left out. Standing in a corner wearing concrete shoes, with my frozen smile and my lighted fuse. Now every time I start to feel like that, I roll my heart out like a welcome mat. Oh, watch me go, I'm the happy girl. Everybody knows that the sweetest thing that you've ever seen in the whole wide world is a happy girl.
This song is about the fact that hearts come brand new from the factory with the big hole right in the middle. And all the advertisers use that as a good opportunity to sell you a bunch of shiny junk that they think, make you feel better. But instead of trying to cover up that empty or, kind of hide it somehow, maybe it's a good thing. This song was partly inspired by going to the Biltmore House. Now, the Biltmore House is just a stupidly big house near where I live in Asheville, North Carolina. It's the world's largest private dwelling. Yeah, some Vanderbilt came down and he decided to build the world's largest private dwelling. He could have built a college or two, but no, he wanted it to be all his. That's mine, get off that. That's mine too, And it's interesting. It's the kind of place you go to when the parents come to visit and you go and you look at everything. But the weird part is when you go and read about how this guy lived, they have a bunch of stuff down in the basement and you can see the pictures, and they had some fun a few generations later, but man, you read about this guy spending time in there alone. I mean, you imagine him coming down to breakfast in his bathrobe with his little slippers, he's reading the paper, and he's sitting at a breakfast table that will seat 300 people. That's one thing to be alone, but why rub it in? I remember feeling this is a profoundly bad idea to build a private dwelling this big. And I realized why it was bugging me. It's because we're no stranger to that. Hearts are built really big. Hearts are made for a banquet. And it leaves us a lot of room for emptiness, but it could just be our proof to know that there's that much fullness to find, That our hearts are made with that much room for fullness. It's probably only that emptiness that could keep us looking for the fullness that fits, So instead of trying to hide it, maybe just ask it what it's looking for. The depth of your dreams, the height of your wishes, the length of your vision to see. The hope of your heart, it's much bigger than this, for it's made out of what might be. Now just picture your hope, your heart's desire, as a castle that you must keep. In all of its splendor, it's drafty with lonely. This heart is too hard to heat. But when I get lonely, now that's only my sign that some room is empty. And that room is there by design. If I feel hollow, well, that's just my proof that there's more for me to follow. And that's what the lonely is for. That's what the lonely is for. It feels like a curse, not a blessing. This palace of promise, when the empty chill makes you weep. With only the thin fires of romance to warm you, these halls are too tall and deep. But when I get lonely, now that's only my sign that some room is empty. And that room is there by design. If I feel hollow, well, that's just my proof that there's more for me to follow. And that's what the lonely is for. But you could seal up the pain, build walls in the hallways, and close off a small room to live in. But then those walls would remain. They'd keep you there always. You might never know why you were given all of that lonely. You might never know why you were given that empty in your heart. Why you were given that hollow. Well, that's just your proof that there's more you need to follow. That's what the lonely is for. It's just the depth of your dreams, the height of your wishes, the length of your vision to see. The hope of your heart, it's much bigger than this, for it's made out of what might be. So when I get lonely, now that's only my sign that some room is empty in me, and that room is there by design. If I feel hollow, well, that's just my proof that there's more for me to follow. And that's what the lonely is for me to follow. That's what the lonely is for, to follow.
Well, this is a song that I wrote with Matt Rawlings. And this is one of those songs that I wrote in a time when there was so much sorrow in my life. And my husband was very ill, and he was not going to live much longer. And I remember starting this song and trying to hear the sound of it. And I actually wrote the vowels to the lyric a couple of weeks before the consonants, believe it or not. It just had a sound, and Matt and I worked together on the melody, and he rose the keyboard part of it up to a level I don't normally get to go to. Anyway, it's a song that's real special to me. It's called "The Color of Roses." To me once in a distant dream, far from the shores of my fear. I sailed on this ocean where all I imagined could happen, and now you are here. It's so hard to touch what is out of our hands, to know and to trust what the heart understands. Only the ones who believe ever see what they dream, ever dream what comes true. Gives us magic, and life brings us tragedies. Everyone suffers some loss. Still we have faith in it, a childlike hope. There's a reason that outweighs the cost. And gravity throws all these rules in our way. And sometimes the spirit refuses to play. Only the ones who believe ever see what they dream, ever dream what comes true. And oh,
add my regrets to the tears in the rain. That's what the color of roses contain. Only the ones who believe ever see what they dream, ever dream, ever dream. What comes true.
Thank you.
I got to co-write a song with Beth. She had this beautiful music. She played this melody for me, this beautiful piano part. And I said, wow, we should write to that. And she said, well, you know, I've had it for a little while now, and I just have such a high standard. I've tried to write to it, and I don't know. I have a bunch of different lyrics to it, but none of them really ring true. So I would, like to get it written, but I wouldn't want to subject you to my perfectionism, because this melody has to be perfect. And I said, well, let's try it. We have to try it. She said, no, really, you don't understand. It will be really difficult. And I discovered I met someone from my tribe. She's willing to really agonize over a tiny little word. It's like a good shepherd. You think, well, it's possible that one might go astray. And you have to mend the fence. You have to fix that word. Whereas other people think, what the heck, we got plenty. But no, she really wants everyone to understand this song. And so we mended fences. We made sure that, we've gathered the meaning that we want to gather. And it was really an honor working with this beautiful melody.
How about her?
Well, that stands to reason. She wrote it then.
We almost killed each other writing the song. No, we bonded.
Concrete sky and a stone cold sea. I came to where the emptiness cracked open, and all my fears came crashing through and met the fire of my sorrow. But I found my strength in forgiving you. I never even dreamed how far my heart could go to give my life beyond each death from this deeper well of trust, to know that when there's nothing left, you will always what you gave to love.
In this life, the love you give comes back around to be your treasure. What you lose will be what you win. A well that echoes down too deep to measure. A silver coin rings down that well. You could never spend too much. A diamond echoes deeper still, and you'll always have what you gave to love. You will always have, always have. You will always have what you gave to love.
Now that's my favorite song.
Thank you.
That's a great song.
Thank you, David.
I just love that song so much.
I put him through hell.
I know. I heard that. She played that for me the first time on a plane. I was like, you want to do Almost Home?
Oh, yeah.
So Beth and I had the great fortune of working with another hero, Mary Chapin Carpenter, and yeah, she's incredible. And Beth might be able to tell the story better, but she is truly a fellow loser chick, and she'd be the first one to admit it. We're not saying something that isn't known, but we all got together and popped some popcorn and wrote this song over at Beth's house. Anyway, this is on her greatest hits album. It was just out on the radio, and we were thrilled about this song.
This was a lot of fun. Writing this song with Chapin was like a dream for Annie and I. We both were such big fans of her music, and you know, she was definitely in our tribe too. So it was really fun.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. I saw my life this morning at the bottom of a drawer. All this stuff I'm saving, God knows what this junk is for. And whatever I believed in, this is all I have to show. What were all the reasons for holding on for such dear life? Here's where I let go. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm not reaching, I'm just resting in the arms of the great wide open. I'm gonna put my soul in it, and I'm almost home. Do 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 do.
And I saw you this morning, you were staring back at me. From an ancient photograph stuck between some letters and some keys. And I was lost just for a moment in the air. such thing as no regrets, and baby, it's alright. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm not reaching, I'm just resting in the arms of the great wide open. Gonna pull my soul in, and I'm almost home. There's no such thing as no regrets, and baby, it's alright. I'm not running, I'm not hiding, I'm not reaching, I'm just resting in the arms of the great wide open. Gonna pull my soul in, and I'm almost. I'm not running now, I'm not hiding now, I'm not reaching out, I'm just resting in the arms of the great wide open. Gonna pull my soul in, and I'm almost home, and I'm almost home, and I'm almost do 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 do.
Got a burning in my soul. I got a song and I want the whole world to hear it. All I need is just one shot, and I'll show 'em all what I got. I can almost hear 'em screaming and cheering. I got a dream gonna make it fly high as a bluebird. Find some wings and take to the sky. Haven't you heard when there's music in your heart and soul? There's no higher high.